Ray Wheatley for Fight News. I'm here with Tim Tszyu, who's the son of boxing great Kostya Tszyu, and he's also an amateur champion boxer from Sydney, Australia. How are you, Timmy?
Good, thanks.
Good on you, Tim. Tim, could you tell me, you're 21 years of age now?
Yep.
Could you tell me when you started boxing?
Well, my first fight was at I think it was 15 years old, but I grew up with boxing, you know. Back when I was 2, before I knew how to walk, I knew how to punch.
So
I knew how to punch before I knew how to walk. So basically, I grew up with this sport.
Yeah.
I live by this sport.
Yeah.
This is all I know.
I remember when I used to come down and watch your father train down here, and you were always here.
I remember I always used to be doing skipping with Dad, doing a bit of shadow boxing. He used to take me on the pads during his little breaks.
I remember those
So basically,
days.
I was born into this sport, but my first fight was 15.
Yeah, 15. Now, as an amateur, you've had how many fights?
32 fights I've had.
Any losses?
I had one loss.
One loss, okay.
Yeah. And that loss was actually a count-back draw.
Okay.
So it was 1-1, and it was a count-back loss.
So, was that in a state title fight?
The one I've lost?
Yeah.
The one I lost was at Nationals.
In the Nationals?
Nationals. And I lost to the Olympian now, the one that just qualified for the Olympics, Daniel Lewis.
Yeah. So you won state titles?
State titles, yeah. I've won it 3 times.
3 times?
Every time I've competed in state titles, I've won it.
And what weight division?
Weight division? Well, I started off at 64.
Kilos?
64 kilos, just like Dad. Dad was 63.5, yeah. But now that I've grown, I've gone up to 69.
69, so you're a light middleweight now?
Yeah, now light middleweight.
And you're an orthodox fighter?
Orthodox fighter, yep.
And Igor's been your trainer for all
Yeah, that's my coach, Basically, Igor's been around for so long, he's been with us. He's my uncle, he's been throughout my whole life, you know. Back when Dad was fighting, he was there.
That's right, he was part of your father's
he was part of my
training team.
Entourage.
Yeah, he was part of the training team,
Yeah, the
right?
team, yeah.
I know.
Team Tszyu, that's what they
Yeah, I remember that. I travelled overseas with him. Okay, yeah, you're currently training former two-time world champ Lovemore Nadu. You're actually training him.
Well, I'm at the gym every day, Monday to Saturday, and basically one day Lovemore pops out of nowhere, comes in. He's like, look, I'm looking to get a bit fit. I'm like, all right, we'll go through the bit of the pads, go through 2 rounds, can't breathe after. I'm like, all right, that's all good. And then after we discussed with him, he wants to have a fight. I'm like, look, you're 41 years old. He's like, yeah, I want to have a fight, have another go at it. I'm like, all right. So basically now, we're doing a few rounds with Lovemore. He's been doing rounds with Georgie Cambosis.
Yeah, Georgie, who's the WBA number
13.
13 lightweight, yeah.
Lightweight, and currently Australia #1 lightweight.
He is, he's a terrific fighter and a great prospect.
Yeah.
Lovemore's coming along good?
He's doing good, good. At first, a bit shaky, but now he's looking much better, much fit, and he's looking like he's ready to go.
Yeah. Now, you've been running the Tszyu Academy, this big gymnasium here, where all the champs come here. Shakio, Biker, Solomon Ormana, all the top guys come here.
Everyone comes past,
and you're the #1 trainer, and you've been #1 trainer here since you were 19 years of age.
Yeah, that's it. I started 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Basically, Dad comes up, he's like, look, we need you to run the gym. I'm like, look, of course I will.
Your father told you this?
Yeah. And I came in, and I was like, you know what, this is all I know, you know.
Well, I've been down here recently, mate. You're doing a great job because it's very well organised, mate, and you've certainly got all the stars down there.
That's it.
Including your brother Nikita.
Yep.
Who we'll talk to later on. Now your father was a great world champ, and I'm sure you've watched all his fights. Which fight do you feel is his most outstanding victory?
Oh.
He fought them all, and
the most memorable one for me would be Zab Judah. The reason was because the 3 titles, WBC, WBA and IBF.
Right.
Also was because of the knockout. The same thing was because Zab was a trash talker. Dad didn't say anything. And the last reason was because it was on my birthday, actually.
Is that right?
It was what better present? Yeah, what a better present can you get? Yeah. But in terms of his best performance, I'd say it would be against Gonzalez.
Miguel Angel Gonzalez.
Yeah, or Ben Taki. I really like that.
Oh, Ben Taki. The
Yeah.
African fighter.
Yeah.
Okay, well. Now, there were several fights that people talk about, dream fights with your father. One of them's Oscar de la Hoya. So, Kostya Tszyu, Oscar de la Hoya. How do you see that fight? What are your thoughts on that?
I think Dad would have stopped him in probably round 10. I think De La Hoya would have been on his feet at the first 4-5 rounds.
Yeah.
But I think Dad's constant pressure, his constant jab, his work, how he works the body, how he works the head, and he's just
chopping down.
Yeah, just chopping down. Yeah, that type of style. I think you wouldn't want to be in the ring. You know, I've sparred a lot of people. I've sparred Dad. And I couldn't last 2 rounds with him. You know, anything you throw is just frustrating. You can't hit him.
I know, he's almost unhittable.
Unhittable. You know.
I remember when he fought Vernon Forrest in the world title.
Yep. That was a masterclass.
Yeah, I mean, Vernon Forrest, who turned out to be a great professional as well, could not hit him. Okay. Also, Kostya Tszyu versus Miguel Cotto.
Miguel Cotto. That would have been a very, very tough fight for him. Yeah, that would have been interesting because Cotto knows how to bang. You know, he stands there, he knows how to bang. But I think Dad would have won that by decision.
Let it go all the way.
All the way, I think. I think Cotto's a tough guy. He would have
absorbed.
He would have knew how to fight.
He was tough. He was tough, and Lamorna gave him a very tough fight too. Okay.
Actually, Cotto said that Lovemore was his toughest fight.
I know. I know. I interviewed him about that. And it was a great thing for him to say that. And after watching the fight, I know why he said that. Okay, another one a lot of people talk about is a Kostya Tszyu versus Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao. Ooh.
Very busy fighter.
Yeah, very, very busy. I think Pacquiao would have used his speed against Dad. But I think just like what Marquez did to Pacquiao, the counter right. You know, my dad's got that counter right. He had it throughout his whole career. I think Pacquiao's too open for Dad. And he would have got caught.
He would have caught him eventually.
He would have caught. Caught.
In 12 rounds, he would have caught up with him. And the one we all talk about is Kostya Tszyu versus Floyd Mayweather, which would have been a great fight.
Mayweather's the #1 pound for pound ever. But I think Dad would have been the only man to actually give him a run.
He had the power.
Because
to get through that defence.
Yeah, it's like most fighters that Floyd fought, they didn't really have a brain in terms of putting the pressure on. The way Dad utilised his pressure.
That's right.
I think no one can actually stand in the ring. You know, the only person was Ricky Hatton, but Ricky Hatton came running at him. Floyd wouldn't do that. I can't see Floyd doing that. You know, that's the only thing that troubled Dad was someone just running towards him, putting in shoulders, elbows, headbutting.
And I think at that stage of his career, weight making was probably
exactly that's the thing that
worked against him. But no doubt about it, Kostya Tszyu, not only the greatest Russian fighter of all time, one of the greatest to come out of Australia, if not the greatest. And who are your boxing idols?
Boxing idols? Well, has to be Dad, #1.
He's #1.
He's #1, of course. Basically, because I grew up watching him.
Oh, he was. He was
but I'd say my favourite fighters would be Roy
Jones.
Roy Jones, Floyd, and Tyson.
Mike Tyson fan?
Mike Tyson fan.
He could punch, couldn't he? At his best. Tell me about you got a younger brother, Nikita.
Yeah, my brother.
He's been an outstanding boxer. Tell me a little bit about Nikita and what he's done.
Well, he's been boxing throughout his whole life as well, you know, basically his whole life. He's a southpaw, quick on his legs, he's got a good counter left. He's travelled to England to fight, to Ireland,
he's fought
US.
Around the world.
Yeah, he's gone through a bit. He's won 4 national titles back to back. I think maybe even 5.
I
think so. But he's someone to look out for.
Let's keep our eye out for
he's got potential.
Tszyu, he might be following his dad's footsteps. Well, once again, thank you for your time, Tim.
Thank you.
And I'm sure we'll be talking again very soon.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Bye-bye.
Great comments.